now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and we're back to Sandra Bullock month here today. Starting off the week right, we're going to take a look at While You Were Sleeping, starring Sandra Bullock, Bill Pullman, Peter Boyle, Jack Warden, Glynis Johns, and Peter Gallagher. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And I said in the introduction, today we're going to kick off this week of Sandra Bullock month. We're going to take a look at the film While You Were Sleeping. And as our movie opens, Lucy Eleanor Moderatz is a lonely fare token collector for the Chicago Transit Authority, stationed at the Randolph Wabash Station. She secretly loves Peter Callahan, a handsome commuter, although they are perfect strangers to each other. On Christmas Day, she rescues Peter from the oncoming Chicago L train after muggers push him down onto the tracks. She then accompanies a comatose Peter to the hospital, where a nurse, overhears her musing aloud, "I was going to marry him." Misinterpreting what she overheard, the nurse tells Peter's family that Lucy is his fiancée. Lucy becomes too caught up in the crisis to explain the truth, so she remains silent for several reasons. One, she's completely embarrassed. Two, Peter's grandmother, Elsie, has a heart condition. And three, Lucy inevitably falls in love with Peter's big, loving family. While visiting Peter, she confesses her predicament to him, unaware that Peter's godfather, Saul, is there and overhears the truth, later confronting her about it. However, Saul says that he will keep her secret because the accident has brought the family closer. With no family and few friends of her own, Lucy becomes so captivated with the quirky Callahans and their unconditional love for her that she is unable to hurt them by revealing the fact that Peter does not know her. When she spends a belated Christmas with them, she ends up meeting Peter's younger brother, Jack, who is supposed to take over his father's furniture business, although he wants to begin his own business. Initially, Jack is suspicious, but he ends up falling in love with Lucy as they spend time together, and soon she falls in love with him as well. After New Year's Eve, Peter wakes up, but he does not know Lucy, so everyone assumes that he has amnesia. She and Peter begin to spend some time together, and Saul persuades Peter to propose to her once again. Lucy accepts the proposal, although she is now in love with Jack. When Jack visits her the day before the wedding, she gives him a chance to change her mind and asks him to give her a reason not to marry Peter. He replies that he cannot, leaving her disappointed. On the day of the wedding, just as the priest is beginning the ceremony, Lucy finally confesses everything and tells the family that she loves Jack instead of Peter. At this point, Peter's real-life fiancée, Ashley Bartlett Bacon, arrives and demands that the wedding be stopped. As the family argues, Lucy is able to slip out unnoticed, unsure of her future. Sometime later, while Lucy is at work, Jack places an engagement ring in the token tray of her booth. He then enters her booth and, with most of the Gallagher family watching, proposes to her. Jack and Lucy are married and then leave on a CTA train for their honeymoon. Lucy then narrates that Jack fulfilled her dream of going to Florence, Italy, and explains that when Peter asked when she fell in love with Jack, she replied, "It was while you were sleeping." This was an all-around cute, romantic comedy, love story, the type of fare that you would expect from Sandra Bullock. I thought Bill Pullman did a great job as Jack. I really loved the supporting cast in this. Peter Gallagher is Peter, the man that she is initially in love with, goes into a coma. You've got Peter Boyle, the monster from Young Frankenstein. You've got Jack Warden, the grandpa from Problem Child, Big Ben. You got Glynis John. You've got Mrs. Banks there from Mary Poppins. You've got such an amazing supporting cast in this film. I don't know why I had never seen this before, especially the fact that my daughter's mom is a huge Sandra Bullock fan. And a good chunk of this takes place during the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. And me being a huge fan of Christmas and holiday movies, you would think I would have seen it. But this was my first time watching it to review it. And I don't know what's taken me so long, honestly. Like I said, I love everybody in the cast. I love the holidays. I love Sandra Bullock. This should have been higher on my radar than it was, and unfortunately it wasn't. It's a damn shame. I thought the story was well told, All the actors did amazing in their roles. So when it comes to my rating for While You Were Sleeping, I give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. I honestly and deeply regret not having seen it sooner. It's definitely something I'm going to watch more frequently now, especially around the holidays, when I'm not already trying to cram in over 31 movies to give to you guys this holiday season. But it's definitely going to begin to make its way into my rotation there around the holidays. It's definitely deserving of more attention than I have given it in the years since its release. What do you guys think of While You're Sleeping? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in at the top of the hour, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network, as it's time once again for another edition of The Dads Not Always on Wrestling, as Jeff Meacham and I give our top 10 matches in ECW November to Remember history. That should be a fun one. And then tomorrow, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, it's time to once again open the doors to Stat Boys Sports Bar, featuring Dory Lou. The food is hot, the beer is ice cold, and the bar stools are warm. So pull up a stool and discuss and engage in professional sports talk with Stat Boy Mike Caldwell and Dory Lou. I know they'll be discussing the World Series champion Houston Astros, of course, NFL football, hockey, maybe a little basketball talk, all on Stat Boy Sports Bar. And then later that day, over on NoDQ.com, the Jeff Meacham Network, the greatest wrestling Q&A ever, celebrating NoDQ.com's 24th anniversary. Aaron Rift and Jeff Meacham answering all fan questions. And then later that evening on the Jeff Meacham Network, the Casa D18 Studios, and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, the flagship Talk Wrestling will be on the air. Jeff Meacham hosting. Don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, over on the Jeff Meacham Network, over on NoDQ.com, across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media. So much content going down and happening this week. You want to make sure you're subscribed to all channels involved so you don't miss out on any of it. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you're alerted anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Talk Wrestling, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share this video with your family, friends, loved ones, co-workers, movie fanatics, cinephiles, fans of Sandra Bullock, fans of Bill Pullman, fans of Peter Boyle, or Glynis Johns, or Jack Warden, or Peter Gallagher. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this video review, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized, make some money on this ordeal. Thank you once again to everybody who joined me and tuned in today. It means more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.